Hello everyone, it's Geesje. Welcome back to my channel and part 3 of gel printing basics. So today we're going to make multiple prints on a background. So we already have one layer here, that's the background. And then I'm going to add 3 more layers with 3 stencils. First I'll use this stencil. This is going to be my second stencil. And the third stencil is a focal point of a bird on a branch with some leaves on it. Now the challenging part I find is what colors to use on the background. So am I going to go lighter or darker, or am I going to do a darker one and then a lighter color? So I have to think about a little bit what I'm going to do here, and then I will continue. Okay, so I'm going to go with very pale yellow mixed with some white. And these are opaque colors. I don't want a huge amount of paint on here, just enough so that I can pull a print. Okay, I got my stencil on and I'm going to grab my first paper and lining up the paper with the bottom paper as well as possible. Rub firmly, have a peek now and then. Oh, I think I like that. Yeah, I like that. I really like this. You can see how it pushed the paint away from the edges there. I really like this. Now I'm going to take away the stencil and placing my second paper on here, and again rub firmly. What a difference it makes, right? It was such a dark piece and I added light. Mind you, I mentioned before that I would build layers from light to dark, but if you have a good opaque paint, you can print over a darker paint. You can see I haven't completely lined up the papers because it's offset a little bit, especially here you can see that. But overall it's pretty lined up. I will add the next layer when these papers have dried. So here we are, ready for the next layer. And I want it to be orange, and I don't have any opaque orange color. I only have the metallic that is opaque, so I'm using a metallic. Probably way too much paint. Put my stencil on, and this paper I used first. As you can see, a clear outline of the stencil. Now I'm going to use this paper first. I really like it, so I hope I don't ruin it, but then again, I'll just make more. Trying to see where the paper is through the stencil. And this stencil has small holes, so you want to particularly be watching for those. Okay, that's enough for Nettie. Interesting, eh? Yes, I don't mind it at all. I also made this stencil based on quilting patterns. You have to look really careful to see where everything is. I'm almost thinking of adding another background stencil. Well, I have a little bit time to think about it because this has to dry, and then we'll see what I decide. For the last layer, I'm going to use Primary Blues from Studio and Liquitex Basics. So we'll see what happens. Maybe be careful. There's a big tube here. Okay, I'm going to put my stencil on it. Alright, and I made this stencil using a copyright-free image of the internet. I'm pushing between everything because I want to make sure it makes a nice image. Okay, I'm going to use this one to pull a print. See if I can find the paper underneath. Yeah, no problem. And push. Again, there are small openings here, so we have to rub carefully so that we are getting a crisp image. Some part of the branches are very small. All right, that looks pretty cool. Wow, look at that. Lots going on here. I really like that. I'm going to see if I can take off some of the rest that is still there. I think that one of the blue paints is very thick. Yeah, somewhat, eh? Also, I'm going to put this paper on the floor, and then I'm going to put my stencil on it real quick. I got somewhat of an imprint, but not much. Okay, let's add the next layer to it. So this is going to be pretty much covered with blue. This is an interesting, strange print because you have to really look for the stencil. So what I can do is later place my stencil back here and then outline it with a dark pen. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that once this is dry. This, on the other hand, is very nice. I really like that. It has lots going on. White pen, maybe. I can use a white pen here. Or blue, or orange, or even red. All the colors that are in the print. Okay. So it's been a few days since the last little bit of the video, and as you can see, I drew around it with a white pen and it looks a lot better. And here's the other one. Even this one looks nice with the outline of the white pen. A bit about masks. Mask is something that you can lay down to cover something so that when you take this away, the rest will be printed, but not what you covered. It's the opposite of a stencil. So this stencil was made out of one piece. So then this came out of the stencil. Now this is then a mask. A leaf or any other object that can be placed down and cover something is a mask. You can make your own mask by cutting something out of a piece of paper. So I roughly drew a butterfly, and this is also considered a mask. And this you can use then as a stencil. Next, what I'm going to show you is I'm going to make another print with stencils. This one with circles. Then I will add this one of leaves, and then I will have two masks. Okay, let me grab two papers. I like to use two papers that are somewhat the same. So I have two green ones here, and okay, I have a blue metallic here, which will I be using. I think 2 blobs is enough. Don't wait too long because the metallic paint seemed a bit dryish. All right, grab one of my green papers. This looks nice, not too much in your face. Remove the stencil and place my second sheet on it. I like how subtle this is. Okay, I'm gonna use a light yellow stencil. I'll be using this one first. Oh, nice. Okay, I really like that. Add the next paper. Well, this doesn't look too bad. I maybe should have had removed more of the open spaces from this stencil with a scrap piece of paper so that this would clear, so like this, for example. But it is what it is. All right, pick another color. I was debating what I was going to do if I use a transparent or an opaque color. I think I'm going to do a transparent color just to see how it's going to look. So it's going to be interesting. 3 blobs this time is quite a bit. Let me put these on. Okay, I want them to kind of face each other. Okay, this one goes here and this one goes like this. I like that they face each other. Then I thought it would be interesting to add some pressed dried leaves just for fun. It is fall, at least here it is. Okay, I think that's good. All right, I'm going to use this one to pull the first print. Okay, I'm going to see with a clean piece of paper, I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more of the paint off. So that's what this is. Then I'm going to take everything off. I'm going to use a spatula, carefully lift everything. Quickly before it all dries up. Okay, I am going to grab this paper again and see if I can pull the rest, because I do think paint will adhere to a clean sheet of paper better than to another layer of acrylics. So I would have to really make a thick layer. So that's what this looks like actually. Nice grungy paper. So this is how those papers look. Here you can vaguely see the circles that were done first, then the leaves of course. Because the third print was only the masks, so you have more background showing, so you can see the circles through all the layers on this print better than on this one. So I'm going to end part 3 here. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you in part 4. Bye!